Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the animated sequel of 2026, the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Released in theaters on April 1st, 2026, this film is the follow-up to the 2023 blockbuster that grossed over $1.3 billion worldwide. This time, Nintendo and Illumination are taking everyone's favorite plumbers where no plumber has gone before, into outer space. The film runs about 98 minutes and brings back the entire main cast. Chris Pratt returns as Mario, Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, Charlie Day as Luigi, and Jack Black as Bowser. But we've also got some exciting new additions. Brie Larson joins as Princess Rosalina, Benny Safdie voices Bowser Jr., and Donald Glover steps in as the one and only Yoshi. So grab a power star, settle in, and let me give you the complete story of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Fair warning, full spoilers ahead. The movie opens with a scene that feels like something out of a fairy tale. Because it is. Princess Rosalina, voiced by Brie Larson, sits in her comet observatory floating peacefully among the stars. She's the watcher of the stars, and she's surrounded by her adopted family, adorable, star-like creatures called Lumas. She's reading them a bedtime story, and everything is calm and beautiful. But not for long. Suddenly the peace is shattered. A massive three-legged mechanical robot called a Megaleg appears out of nowhere. It's being controlled from within by someone with a grudge. That someone is Bowser Jr., voiced by Benny Safdie, and he's brought his father's loyal magic advisor, Kamek, along for the ride. There's a fierce battle. Rosalina fights back, but she's overwhelmed and captured. Bowser Jr. drags her into his UFO. His plan? He wants to use Rosalina's incredible cosmic powers to, and I quote, destroy the universe and impress his father. Classic daddy issues, but on a galactic scale. But one little Luma escapes. A bright yellow Luma, voiced by Virginia Dare Yelenic, watches in horror as Rosalina is taken. And this little star knows exactly where to go for help in the Mushroom Kingdom. Now, let's check in with our favorite plumbers. The movie cuts to Mario and Luigi, who have come a long way since their Brooklyn plumbing days. They're now full-time heroes of the Mushroom Kingdom. They've gotten so comfortable, in fact, that they've started taking on side quests for fun. The film shows them riding their bikes through the Sand Kingdom, investigating the inverted pyramid because they heard there might be a monster there. And guess what? There is a monster. But it's not what they expected. When they investigate, they find a giant, adorable green dinosaur who just hatched from a massive egg. It's Yoshi, voiced by Donald Glover. And after a few moments of confusion, mostly because Yoshi can't say much besides his own name, the three of them become fast friends. Yoshi joins the team, and honestly, who wouldn't want a dinosaur sidekick? Meanwhile, back in the Mushroom Kingdom, Princess Peach's birthday celebration. The whole kingdom is partying. Mario and Peach share a moment on the castle roof, and Mario's clearly trying to work up the courage to figure out how he feels about her. He's even wondering how he should propose, according to some sources. But before anything can happen, their night is interrupted. A strange yellow light streaks across the sky. It crashes into the forest near the castle. Mario, Luigi, and Peach rush to investigate, and they find the yellow Luma, exhausted and terrified. The Luma explains everything. Rosalina has been kidnapped, and she needs Princess Peach's help. Here's where things get really interesting. The Luma reveals something that shocks everyone. Rosalina and Princess Peach are sisters. Yes, you heard that right. The Princess of the Mushroom Kingdom and the Watcher of the Stars are long-lost siblings, both born from stardust. But an evil force tried to steal their powers long ago, so baby Peach was sent to the Mushroom Kingdom for safety, while Rosalina remained among the stars. Neither of them knew about the other until now. Peach immediately decides she has to go. She grabs Toad, and the two of them launch off into space in a small spacecraft, determined to find Rosalina. That leaves Mario, Luigi, and their new friend Yoshi in charge of protecting the Mushroom Kingdom. But there's one more complication. Remember Bowser from the first movie? He's still around, just not in the form anyone expected. After his defeat, Bowser has been shrunk down to miniature size and imprisoned in Peach's castle. He's basically a tiny, angry lizard in a jar. Mario and Luigi are supposed to be rehabilitating him. Yeah, good luck with that. While Peach and Toad are flying through space toward the Gateway Galaxy spaceport, something terrible happens back in the Mushroom Kingdom. A massive UFO descends from the clouds. It's Bowser Jr.'s ship, and he's come looking for his father. Without warning, the UFO fires a tractor beam that lifts Peach's entire castle, the whole castle, right out of the ground and carries it into space. Inside the castle are Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and the miniature Bowser. They're trapped, flying through space inside a building that's definitely not designed for space travel. In the chaos, the tiny Bowser manages to escape from his prison container. And here's where things get wild. Almost immediately, Bowser begins growing back to his normal size. Either the shrink effect wears off over time, or he's just that determined. Either way, the King of the Koopas is back, full size again. But Bowser doesn't immediately try to kill everyone. Instead, he does something unexpected. He claims he's changed. He says he's decided to mend his ways and become a better person. Luigi, ever the optimist, believes him. Mario, who knows Bowser a little better, is skeptical. But with the castle flying through space and Bowser Jr. still out there, they don't have much choice but to work together for now. Meanwhile, let's catch up with Peach and Toad. They've arrived at the Gateway Galaxy spaceport, a bustling hub filled with all kinds of strange creatures from across the cosmos. Peach is focused on finding her sister, but Toad immediately runs into trouble. A monkey steals his bag. And when Toad chases the monkey, he and Peach find themselves in a bizarre city dominated by a giant cube-shaped casino. And who runs this casino? None other than Wart, the frog-like villain from Super Mario Bros. 2, voiced by Luis Guzman. Wart's not exactly friendly. He and his ninja soldiers attack Peach, but Peach is no damsel in distress. She's been through too much for that. She defeats the ninjas and intimidates Wart into giving her information about where to find Rosalina. Wart, thoroughly beaten, warns Bowser's army, letting them know that the princess is coming. Back in the flying castle, Mario's group is still hurtling through space. But eventually, the castle crashes. Hard. Onto a planet called Honeyhive. Everyone survives, but they're stranded on a strange world made of giant honeycombs. Now Mario and Bowser have a conversation. It's tense, but surprisingly honest. Bowser talks about his son. He didn't even know Bowser Jr. was planning this. The kid took matters into his own hands because he wanted to free his dad and prove himself. Underneath all that fire and fury, Bowser is just a father whose son went too far trying to help him. Mario makes a decision. He uses a power star to return Bowser to his full size. Not because he trusts him, but because they need his help. And Bowser, he actually returns the favor. When the Honey Queen, a giant bee villain voiced by Issa Rae, arrives and tries to imprison Mario's group, Bowser takes their place. He lets himself be captured so Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi can escape. But Bowser doesn't stay captured for long. Bowser Jr.'s UFO arrives, scoops up his father, and the two are finally reunited. Father and son together again, floating through space in a flying saucer. It's almost heartwarming. If they weren't planning universal destruction, Peach and Toad are still searching for Rosalina, but they're not having much luck. That's when Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi finally catch up with them in the Gateway Galaxy. The group is reunited, and they're all trying to figure out their next move. And then, out of nowhere, a familiar spacecraft appears. It's an R-Wing, and piloting it is Fox McCloud from Star Fox, voiced by Glenn Powell. Yes, the film just casually crosses over with another Nintendo franchise. Fox explains that he ended up in their universe after a malfunction with his ship's hyperdrive. He offers to help, and the group climbs aboard. They're flying through space when Bowser Jr.'s UFO attacks. The R-Wing takes damage, and the group crash lands on a planet called Fossil Falls. But when they wake up, something is very, very wrong. Mario and Luigi have been turned into babies. Yes, baby versions of the Mario Brothers. It's adorable and ridiculous at the same time. Somehow, the crash of the planet's strange energy de-aged them. While Fox stays behind to repair his R-Wing, Toad and Yoshi go looking for the baby Mario Brothers. They find them, just as a T-Rex starts chasing everyone through the jungle. It's chaos. Baby Mario, baby Luigi, Toad, and Yoshi running from a giant dinosaur. Yoshi eventually saves the day. There's a reason he's everyone's favorite dinosaur. And somehow the Mario brothers are returned to their adult selves. But Peach has had enough. She's frustrated, exhausted, and running out of patience. They've been chasing Bowser Jr. across the galaxy, and they still haven't found Rosalina. It's Luigi who saves the moment. His radio call somehow alerts the Lumas, who appear and transport the entire group to the space junk galaxy. And there, floating among the debris of broken planets and forgotten satellites, they see it. Bowser Jr.'s dream. He's built an entire planet-sized amusement park. It's twisted and chaotic and full of traps. But at its heart, it's just a boy trying to recreate the bedtime stories his father used to tell him. The Mario group fights their way through the amusement park. It's a gauntlet of classic Mario obstacles. Spinning platforms, bottomless pits, moving floors, and enemies from across the franchise's history. They face trials that feel like they've been ripped straight from the video games. Finally, they reach the fortress at the center, and waiting for them is Bowser, fully restored and ready for a fight. The battle is epic. Bowser breathes fire, stomps, and throws everything he has at Mario's group. But in the chaos, Bowser falls into a pool of lava. When he emerges, he's transformed. He's become bona fide, whatever that means in Koopa terms. Basically, he's more powerful and more terrifying than ever. But here's the twist. Throughout the fight, Bowser Jr. is watching, and he starts to maybe, just maybe, destroying the universe isn't what he actually wants. He wanted to impress his dad. He wanted to free him. But seeing his father like this, consumed by rage and power, makes him question everything. Meanwhile, Peach has broken away from the main battle to find Rosalina. She discovers her sister trapped inside a massive machine, her cosmic powers being drained to fuel Bowser Jr.'s doomsday weapon. Peach rushes to her sister. Together, the two princesses combine their powers, the power of the Mushroom Kingdom and the power of the stars. They manage to stop the machine and free Rosalina, and then comes the emotional payoff. The two sisters finally meet face to face. They don't remember each other. They were separated too long ago, but they feel the connection. Rosalina explains that they were both born from stardust, and an evil force tried to steal their powers when they were young. To protect them, the powers that be sent baby Peach to the Mushroom Kingdom, where she would be safe. They've been apart ever since. It's a beautiful moment. Two sisters, reunited across the galaxy, discovering they're not alone. With Rosalina free and the machine destroyed, battle turns. The Mario group defeats Bowser and Bowser Jr., not by destroying them, but by offering them something unexpected: mercy. Rosalina uses her powers to cover Bowser Jr.'s planet with flowers, transforming the twisted amusement park into a beautiful, peaceful garden. It's not a punishment. It's a second chance. Back in the Mushroom Kingdom, everyone returns home. A new castle is built to replace the one Bowser Jr. stole. And in the final scene, Mario and Peach share a quiet moment. Peach kisses Mario on the cheek, and Mario, in his cape form, because why not, flies off into the horizon. It's not a full confession of love, but it's a promise of something more. As for Bowser and Bowser Jr., they're in prison trying to figure out how to escape. And standing guard? Lumily. Yes, the adorable, slightly terrifying Luma from the first movie who keeps talking about the inevitability of death. He interrogates them with scary truths, and honestly, it's the perfect punishment. There are also a couple of post-credit scenes. One shows Fox McCloud finally making it back to his home universe. Another features a monkey, Ukiki, trying to steal from someone, only to be stopped by another princess. That's right, there's a hint that even more characters from the Nintendo universe might be joining the fun in future sequels. And that's the complete story of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. It's a film that critics have described as a vibrant, nostalgic sequel that delivers fun, heart, and classic Mario charm. Others say it's overstuffed and chaotic, but still a neon-soaked love letter to 4 decades of Nintendo history. Personally, I think it delivers exactly what fans want. More characters, more worlds, more power-ups, and a surprisingly emotional story about family. Whether it's the sibling bond between Peach and Rosalina, or the complicated father-son dynamic between Bowser and Bowser Jr. The film has more heart than you might expect from a movie about a plumber who eats magic mushrooms. If you enjoyed this recap, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Leave a comment letting me know which Nintendo character you want to see in the next movie. My vote is for Waluigi, because that guy deserves some screen time. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next recap.